Hi, Julie here from Copy What I Use for Revision, and in particular Maths Revision. When it comes to Maths GCSE, how many times have us parents heard the expression, you've either got it or you haven't, as if we somehow miraculously walk around with some maths gene inside of us? This isn't the case, and what I've learned by helping my daughter, particularly my youngest daughter, to help with Maths Revision, is there are tools out there that can help your child to improve their Maths GCSE massively. So in today's video, I'm going to focus on 3 tips that I personally found helpful in helping my daughters to achieve the top grades they got in Maths GCSE. So the first tip I would say is practice, practice, practice. It might sound an obvious tip, but the key to improving maths is simply practice. And there are lots of good tools around that you can actually help you now with Maths GCSE. In particular, YouTube videos, BBC Bite Size I found really good because you actually have test questions on there then with the answers. You can actually test yourself as well. There's the examining board, Maths GCSE books. There's lots of different tools out there you can use now to actually equip you with what you need to know to help your child with their Maths GCSE. Tip number 2 would be, if you want to get a good grade in maths, particularly if you want to get an A star, then copy what other successful students have done to actually get their A star maths GCSE. Again, if you just pop into the search bar on YouTube, there'll be lots of examples of students who have actually walked the walk that you want to take your child on and have got the A star in their maths revision. Just check out their videos and actually listen to the tips that they share on how they got their A star or their top grade in maths, and then just copy what they've done and just do lots of practice in copying what they've done to get their A star. And finally, my third tip on how to get a successful grade in Maths GCSE is to focus on the 20%. Now, I'm sure you've heard the saying that 80% of your success comes from 20% of what you're actually doing. And this is the case with maths as well, and in particular with Maths GCSE, along with practicing on the other tools I mentioned, is really, really important, and I can't stress this enough, to practice on past papers for Maths GCSE, because that is what will identify what your child needs more practice with, and then you can actually focus on that area of their maths more. So go through lots of past papers, which you'll find online, and then go through the answers as well, and then focus then on the areas that they've gone wrong in first, and then concentrate on the other stuff that they need to do. And that's what's meant by focusing on the 20%, i.e. practicing more on what they need practice with, rather than practicing so much on everything, because what you'll find, there'll be some areas of maths they're okay with and you don't need to actually focus as much on that, and there'll be an area then that they struggle more with, and that's what you should spend most of your time on, and that will be identified by using things like BBC Bite Size, test questions and answers, and past papers. Now, I've actually also given some examples of questions that I've come across that I've been able to simplify using a certain revision guide, and I've actually got a link to the blog that I've written about this technique, and I've actually popped it beneath this video. So feel free to check out my blog as well, and that'll give you some examples of exam style questions that I've managed to simplify when I've helped my daughter with Maths GCSE. Okay, so that's it for today's tip on how to help your child with Maths GCSE. If you've enjoyed the video and you found it useful, please pop a little like on the bottom, because obviously it helps me to identify that I am sharing useful stuff. And if you actually press on the bell, that'll notify you of any future videos that I might cover on this topic, and it'll make sure then you don't miss them. So again, I've popped a link as well at the bottom to my blog, and that'll give you more idea then of exam style questions you can help your child with. Okay, that's it for today. Speak to you soon.